students. So we had 600 per class in 2 languages. So in one language 600, and then 2 repeats in English in 2 more repeat classes of them. So we got a good technology improvement, because that's what this was all about. And Mr. David Wilson, he helped us on rolling out a particular model, because problem number 1, the university does not have money. Does that sound familiar? Because these things cost a lot of money. So we say to the university, please provide, included in the class fees, 500 rands for a quicker per student, and the immediate answer is no, no, because they cannot raise the classes, so it cannot work like that. So then we had a model, and I'll acknowledge the people who did this, Dr. Van der Waal with David Wilson. They worked out the model. That is why I say we must have industry and university cooperation, so that you can so you go to the bookshop and you buy it. This thing sold as a book together with the first year textbook in molecular biology, and that worked so well. So here we go, let's go there. Do you all have your clickers with you? Yes. Okay, so are you, let's just get that thing focused over there. The green over there says the polling is open, so here is the question. Who is this? Do you see the guy with the trumpet? Is it Lionel Richie? Is it Majid Bekas? Is it Muddy Waters? Or is it Louis Armstrong? Yet there is a hint, but you only got 10 seconds to answer.
I see trees of green, red roses.
You got it, Dave.
I see the blue.
So you got that right, Dave. Louis Armstrong. We take him as a model. Look at this class. This is the small group. We're going to compare it to the large group of 1,800 students. This is the small group. Look at that. Can you see the principles of education? Can you see that in there? Can you see the encouragement that Louis Armstrong gives? Can you see the engagement of the students without technology, only a trumpet? Can you see the group learning working? Look at those kids looking at one another. Can you see the immediate feedback? Because if he goes in the wrong note, that little guy, then there will be obviously immediate feedback. Can you see the relationship that Louis has with his kids? If you learn his history, you'll see the passion that he had with kids. And can you see him as a role model? Come on, there is a real teacher, a role model, if ever you saw one. So let's now look at the Quint. Q-U-I-N-T. Q for quality, you know. Study guides must be ready. Kids must have value for their money. The unity, no prejudice. All students must feel welcome in the class. There must be no prejudice. Gender prejudice, religious prejudice, race prejudice. You can trust Louis to look after that. Integrity, that is the role model, an ethical role model, preferably by the teacher himself in teaching the values. New, he lived till the age of 70 almost. Till the age of 70 almost, and he was relevant to his last year. And thought-provoking. What a wonderful world. I might just think of what he said. But when the group grows from 4 to 200 and more, even 1,800, now you as a lecturer must become a performer. And all of a sudden the management of the whole course must be done. Who registers these students? Who organizes them into practical venues? Yes, the venue. The venue is now a hall in which a performance must be given. Sound system must work. The projection must work. Hey, you've got co-authors. Someone must mark the paper. There must be other lecturers involved. There will be tutors involved. And then, finally, technology. And now, we try to make a difference by taking in the clicker system. So here is another question for you. How many H's are there in water? Is it one A, but not an H? Is it 2? Is it 1, possibly in hot water? Or is it none? Or is it A and D are correct, of which both say no, they haven't got any? So here you can start, but I am going to give you 10 seconds to vote, and then you'll see how divided you are. Because this thing gives you the power to determine whether you're on the same page with your students or not. And I can already tell you,
Go forward.
Okay, there we go. So let's look now, typically what you would get in a science class. A science class would say water is H2O and therefore 2 hydrogens. But what will you get in a language class? Complete confusion. You see the background of the students, you are not on the same page with the student. Some of them were, they have the cross-disciplinary background and you've got the green line over them. Some of them said, well, none, or most of them then said none, and this last one, E, is of course also none, but it gives the A and D that goes for none because they're linguists. And they looked at the spelling of the water, which is completely considered. You see? And now you know these kids are not on the same page as me. I better
Let's go
reach
forward.
out to them and get them going.
So that's what this class said.
Can you see the confusion here? Can you see the confusion, eh? So then I would immediately adjust and say, hey, the students are not with me. I am colonializing the curriculum. Look at this. Here is a report by the students. Look how they engage. Now, here are the students' reports. Their witness about
Each generation is all about technology. So it's a fast book interacting with the teachers. It also helps to know where you are with the work. Okay, I understand this part, I understand that part. But it also helps the lecturers to know where they need to work on. You can also interact with your friend and at the same time interact with the lecturer on social media. It's new. It's something that I've never been exposed to because I've been a pen and paper person. And raise up your hand for an answer, but then this is nice because you can even see the results on the graph to see, okay, this is where I need to work hard and this is what I have to do. So it's the coolest thing, I like it.
Help the class interact with one another and with the lecturer, and the lecturer can see exactly where the class is going wrong and there is misunderstanding, concepts, and also we know where we're going wrong, and we also know exactly how the lecturer asks problems, the exam, and semester tests.
Okay, so to summarize, the advantages of the click is then all students are actively engaged. It provides real-time feedback for you as well and for the students on misconceptions which you can immediately address. It facilitates self-monitoring among the students as the lecture progresses in real time. It avoids the humiliation of a student that has not much self-confidence in the learning process. It monitors and rewards. Where are they? 1,800. I know whether they are in class or not because their response is registered on the class list. So I note whether they are awake or not, and I note whether they are there or not. And I reward that or I penalize them when they're not there. And it allows accurate and automated assessment. I don't need markers. I can see the correct answer. It's immediately marked, assessed, and back onto the class list. So I just want to acknowledge my colleagues. Here we got the award for teaching innovation last year, and that was Angelique Kritzinger over there, and Karl Oosthuizen, and then Bom de Waal. Each of them had a unique role to play, and we should thank our 1,800 students who are now going from something in the 60% to 81% pass rate of this year. For first year students, 19-year-old, high-risk, vulnerable population. This is the value that you get with the technology. Thank you very much.